And that's crazy. I got the Ether card.
Ethernet.
Yep, and it still be kind of freezing up if I play that video, but I'm gonna see it might do good if not. What's the book? Yeah. I'm finna play it. Yeah, you can go ahead and play it. Because I think we live on here.
Yeah, we live.
Yeah, we're gonna go to
books was in. The books are in. Yep. They in. They're here.
Say welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV. I still ain't all the way ready. Welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV. I want to say ETM Hotel, Dua Aku, Dua Netcher, Fatmu Alafie, Fatmu Riri, Fatmu Iwa Pele, Majuba Iba Ie Gungun, Majuba Iba Ie Gungun, Majuba Iba Ie Lakba, Majuba Iba Ie Lakba. I always want to get, Gungun, Kiki, Gungun. I always want to get honor and praise to the ancestors, because without the ancestors, we wouldn't be here. We are our ancestors. Like I said, welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV. I got a nice presentation for y'all today. Please like and share the show. Peace to those in the chat right now. Peace to Sister Athena. Peace to Queen Cheetah. Peace Kisu Isuku, if I'm saying the name right. Peace, Green Spirit Studio. Please like and share the show. Again, please like and share the show. I think everybody appreciate this presentation that I'm about to present. I think we on both. Before I go ahead, let me check. I think we on YouTube, and I think we're on our Facebook like page. Let me make sure we on our Facebook like page. And we'll get started. Let me see. Shoot, I wish I had. Hey, Sutekh, can you see? Well, go ahead, Sutekh. Before I check it out, go ahead and introduce yourself, brother Sutekh. Brother Sutekh. I'll check it out. I'm on.
All right, peace, everybody. Like he said, it's brother Sutekh / Sutekh.
I don't know why I got to doing it all the time now, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we hope y'all enjoy the show. There's some information I'm ready to learn about, because I don't know who this person is, so I'm learning just like y'all is. I'm ready to see what Kofi got up his sleeve today.
Yeah. So please like and share the show, man. Please share the show. I was trying to share the show while we was playing the video, share it to a few groups, but if y'all don't mind, share them to a few groups for me. I think we in the like page. What it says. Yeah, I think we in the like page. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to see from my phone. I couldn't check it real quick, and then I'll get started. Again, peace to everybody that's tuning in. I hope everybody's having a good afternoon. This thing.
And don't we got a special announcement coming this weekend, Kofi?
Yeah, we got a good one coming to Friday. So y'all be on the lookout. October the 30th. We got we live. We got a big announcement we call it Double Impact Day. So y'all tune in for that on Friday, October the 30th. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it, man, and get started, man. Again, like I said, y'all please like and share the show. And I think y'all gonna enjoy this here presentation. A lot of people already know about one of the persons, but a lot of people don't know about this other female that I'm definitely gonna get into, and I'm gonna explain why no one knows really who this sister is. Let me go here. All right. Let me know if my screen is sharing on the other end. If my screen is sharing, we're gonna jump right on to it. All right, look like it's sharing on the other end. Hold on, let me come back in here because I want to do this. Y'all give me just 1 second. I'm gonna do this. Let me do this. Okay, it's on the side. That's where I want it. Dang. Now if I can go back in, all right. Let me blow it up. Y'all let me know when I'm sharing on the other end. And I'm gonna forget what I'm okay. Now today's presentation is called Who is Annie, and I forgot to put her name in there. It's Annie Turnbo Malone, and what is her relationship to Madam CJ Walker? A lot of people know who Madam CJ Walker is, but a lot of people don't know who is Annie Turnbo Malone. And I forgot to put Annie in there, me rushing real quick so I can start on time. But again, the presentation is called Annie Turnbo Malone, and what is her relationship to Madam CJ Walker. All right, both of these are ancestors. Annie Turnbo Malone and Madam CJ Walker. So I want to give a Hotel Dino suit to these late great ancestors here. At the top here, you have the Seshew Netcher, which y'all call the hieroglyphs. Here we have the transliteration in the middle, and then we have the translation, which is target into our language, which is the target language that we speak, which is English. So I'll read the transliteration. It says, Hotel Dino Suit Wasir Neb Jadu Netcher A Neb Abju DF Correct In Henket Ka Apet Seshet Minket Ket Nebet Nefra Wabet Netter M N Ka E Maku Makaru. The translation is an offering the King's Guild, offering the King's Guild Osiris, Lord of Jadu, great God, Lord of Obitus, so that he may give a verbal offering in beer, bread, oxen, fowler, alabaster, linen, everything good and pure in which a God lives. For the Ka of the revered one, the ancestors is justified. And these two great women are justified. Y'all definitely, if y'all don't know much about Madam CJ Walker, and I know a lot of y'all definitely don't know a lot about Annie Turnbo Malone, these women are justified because they did a lot of great things. But we're going to propose some questions in here before we get started too. I want to propose some questions, but before we pose the questions, I always have to put out a disclaimer. And my disclaimer is I am not a teacher, but merely a student sharing information, and that information provided is for the educational purpose only. And if you are in doubt, do the research or have it verified by someone qualified. I reserve the right to change the focus of this presentation, to shut down, sell, or exchange the terms or use at my own discretion. Our trademarks, design rights, copyrights, registers, names, mottos, logos, avatars, the sigmas, marks used or cited by this website or the properly respected owners. I reserve the right to add information as it comes available in the future. Or in the future. Shoot, I don't forgot where I bet I kind of know it by heart. I reserve the right to add information that is come available or adapt changes or approve information as it comes available in the future. Inputs wanted, changes, additions, deletions, or encourage. And again, y'all, please like and share the show. Please like and share the show. Let me go back in here. All right. Let me go here. All right, everybody that follow me know this is my saying. You know, we stand by this over here at Kofi Piesie TV. This is our phrase for Kofi Piesie Research Team. We live by this phrase. As I learn, we all learn. This is a powerful statement. We must not let our ancestors down. Over here, we not letting our ancestors down. So again, family, We must not let our ancestors down. Now, these are some questions that I'm going to propose before we get into the presentation. These are the questions that I'm proposing. And some of y'all, I hope that y'all can answer them or think that y'all know the answers to them, or you know the answers. Please feel free to put them in the chat, whether you are on Facebook or whether you're on YouTube, because we're streaming from both platforms, YouTube and on YouTube and on Facebook. So again, if you're on Facebook, please like the show. And if it's your first time on the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you're on Facebook, please share the show on Facebook to some friends that you think that may be interested in this information. But these are the questions that I'm going to propose. Like I said, feel free, if you know the answers, please answer the questions. But we're going to go through these answers. We're going to answer them through this presentation that I got. The first question I propose is the word nappy a derogatory and racist term? Again, is the word nappy a derogatory and racist term? I know this is a term that we love to use a lot. And again, I'm not picking on my beautiful Black African American women, but I know in particular our women like to use this word. Men use this word too, but the women use this word a lot more than the men use the word. And our women will even resort to using a chemical that if they put in their eyes, it would definitely burn and irritate their eyes. And if they put it in their hair, it definitely irritate and burn their scalp if they leave it on. But they take this chance because they don't want to. They don't want their hair to be so-called nappy. So we're going to talk about the word nappy a little bit, or revisit the word nappy for a little bit and see, is it a derogatory term? Is it a racist term? And where did this word surface from? Or where did it become a derogatory term at? The next question is, did the kidnapping trade affect the way we see ourselves? The next question is, did white beauty become the standard after the kidnapping trade? So again, did the kidnapping trade affect the way we see ourselves? Did white beauty become the standard after the kidnapping trade? The next question proposed is, do Africans and African Americans only have kinky and woolly hair? Now that's a great question right there. And I definitely hope those that are watching in the chat and those that are watching on Facebook and in the chat on YouTube, answer that question. Did the white beauty become, not white beauty, but do African and African Americans only have kinky and woolly hair? Who is Turnbo Malone? A lot of people, like I said, don't know who this woman is, and we don't talk about this woman, and we don't celebrate this woman at all. We'll talk about Madam C.J. Walker, but we won't talk about this woman here. And I'm gonna explain why Madam C.J. Walker get more attention than her, and who is this woman? Because a lot of people don't even know who this great woman is. Who is Madam C.J. Walker most important role model? So we're gonna see who was Madam C.J. Walker most important role model. She had a role model, y'all. And did Turnbo Malone and Madam C.J. Walker get rich pushing white beauty? Again, did Turnbo Malone and Madam C.J. Walker get rich pushing white beauty? Now, these are just some questions that I propose, and we're going to walk through it. And if, like I said, if you think you got the answer, put them in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to have a discussion with everybody as well in this presentation. All right. Now, I just found out about this movie right here, Selfmade. Selfmade, this is a movie, a Netflix movie that was put out in March. I just watched the movie Saturday. My wife told me about the movie after, I was talking to brother Kevin Herb Chill, peace to brother Kevin Herb Chill, and she was, she told me about the movie. So I said, dang, I want to look at the movie. I had already was 90% through with the presentation. I just had to add a few more slides. But after looking at this video, I had to go back and I had to add some more slides into what I already have, right? But this movie, if you've seen this movie, and it's a 4-part series. So I watched every last one of them. And I was let down by this movie. Some people may think that this movie was the bomb. Some people may not. And some people may think it was the bomb or it was accurate, because a lot of people don't know a lot about Madam C.J. Walker. They only know about some of her hair care products. Or again, the Guinness Book of World Records said that she was the first millionaire. But I even challenged that as far as she being the first millionaire. And why we never talk about her in the conversation when we talk about black rich women, we always refer to Oprah Winfrey and a few other people, but we never refer to her, or we never refer to Annie Turnbo Malone, because she also was a millionaire. And we have receipts to prove this on both hands, that both of these women were millionaire. But this movie, Selfmade, was a letdown to me. It was not true. The information in this movie was not accurate. It was not accurate. It pinned two different people against each other, and we're going to talk about that in the presentation, as well as we're going to get to know who Annie Turnbo Malone is, because I definitely want y'all to know who she is, but I also want you to know more about Madam C.J. Walker as well, and how innovative both of these women were in a period of time, which we're going to get to it. These women did what they did in a time period where, and we'll get into that, man. And the hats have to be saluted, because during this time period, when we get into when they launched their business and became successful, et cetera, it was during some certain periods of time that they was doing this. And I salute them for not sitting down during this time period. But again, we're going to expose a bunch of these lies in this movie about Madam C.J. Walker, this self-made Netflix movie. All right, Nappy. So the first question we propose is the word nappy derogatory and a racist term? So, and again, this is just an etymology of the word. The etymology of the word. The meaning of nappy says downy, having the abundance of naps on the surface. This is between the 15th century. Nappy from nap. Early Ali, having a head foam. This is also in the middle of the 15th century. Hence the slang slightly intoxicated in 721. So nappy during the 17th century was meant slightly intoxicated. So it not only means fuzzy or downy, you know what I'm saying, or foam, it also means slightly intoxicated at one period of time, right? Now, meaning fuzzy, kinky, especially used to colleague or derogatory, referred to the hair of black people by 1840. So during the 18th century, it became, the word nappy became a racist and a derogatory term. So in the 15th century, the middle 15th century, the 17th century, it meant something totally different until we get to the 18th century. Nappy history is tangled in the arrival of the first slave ships on the coastline of America in the 17th century. Also, let me go back. Also, they said that the British used the word nappy during this particular time during the Atlantic slave trade to describe African American men and women as their hair being nappy, and they described nappy as being a dirty diaper, unruly, untamed, or dirty. So this word became a derogatory term and a racist term during the 18th century. Nappy was defined as a disparaging phrase for the cords and kinks in the hair of African enslaved in connection with the fields of cotton and drove colonies economic. There are also a large discredit theory out there that the term comes from the British use, which I said, from the describing a nappy as diaper or somewhat dirty or unruly. So we know now we know that different time periods, nappy means something different. But when it got to the 18th century or the 1840s and so on, the word nappy became a racist and a derogatory term. And we still use this term today as, oh, girl, my hair is nappy. Oh, I got to go perm my hair. You know, so we put in these chemicals in our hair because we think our hair is bad. There's no such thing as good and bad hair, y'all. It's no such thing as good and bad hair. I'm going to say it again. It's no such thing as good and bad hair. And you have to ask yourself, where did we get this word nappy from? We take the words from our oppressors and we use those words against us. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more when we get into it, how the Atlantic kidnapping trade hurt us. All right. Somebody said I'm crazy. As a student in America's history has revealed, the slave trade not only inflicted physical damage, but it also left emotional and psychological scars. The most devastating scars that is still reflected today is done by the slave self-image. And this is very true. Our image is, how can I explain it, man? I mean, we really, really, really hate our image, man. We have really, really developed self-hate. And a lot say, man, I love myself, self-hate, but a lot of us subconsciously self-hate ourselves. And I'll talk about that a little bit later too. This is especially true as relating to hair, skin color, as both became a framework of determining the race. Slave owners often describe African hair as being woolly, thus likening them to animal. So they also, they refer to us as animals. So the word was also used as a liking of us being animal. We know that they describe sheep, our hair, as woolly as sheep. These and other terms will later be used to justify the inhuman treatment of, and I forgot to take that off there because I hate to use the word slave. I always use the word kidnap victims. After years of repression and constantly seeing those with straight hair and light skin afforded better opportunities, the kidnapped victims began to internalize these words. I got these bowls. I'm going to read this one more time. After years of repression and constantly seeing those with straight hair and light skin afforded better opportunities, and kidnapped victims began to internalize these words. So at a particular time, they began to look how the fair skin or light skin and straight hair people were being treated better than they were. So again, the standard became white beauty at this particular time. But we're going to get into that because I'm going to flip the script. I know people already think I may know where I'm going when I ask a proposal question. Did Annie Turnbo Malone and Madam CJ Walker get rich selling white beauty? But then I also pose the question, does African and African Americans only have woolly and kinky hair? Because again, we're talking about straight hair, right? So a lot of us, when we talk about straight hair, we think of the European. We're going to get back into it. We're going to get back into that a little bit later. Okay, who the heck is Ada Marone? So a lot of people that looked at the movie, they know that this lady here, I forgot the actress name, but she played a character named Adie Monroe. So this is a character that is made up. This is not Anna. She's supposed to have been Annie Turnbo Malone. But they took the name, and it don't matter what they did by flipping the name and giving it another name. So they called her Ada Marone. They made her just change the name, but they talking about this same person. And I don't respect how they tarnish this lady's legacy. They have tarnished this lady's legacy, and I'm gonna talk about what I mean by they have tarnished Anna Turnbo Malone's legacy. But they made up a character. They just flipped the name. It's not the made up character. They just flipped the name and gave it Annie Monroe. But they are talking about Annie Turnbo Malone, right? Okay, who is Annie Turnbo Malone? Now let's go back here before. Who the heck is Ada Marone? Now this character that's supposed to have been Annie Turnbo Malone. Now this lady here was a hateful person right here. She did not like Madam CJ Walker. She despised Madam CJ Walker because Madam CJ Walker had a dark hue color and did not have this curly or straight hair. And this woman here is what we would say back in the day, mixed or mulatto. Her mother was black, and her mother was raped by an oppressor, according to the storyline of the self-made Netflix story, right? So she did not want Madam CJ Walker to be an agent, which we'll get back into that. But this character here was, they made her out. She made Annie Turnbo Malone to be such a villain. such a villain in this movie, but that is far from the case. The movie, so we're going to expose all that. So who is Annie Turnbo Malone? And a lot of people don't know who she is. Annie Turnbo Malone was an African-American businesswoman, educator, inventor, and a philanthropist. Annie Turnbo Malone is thought to be one of the first African-American women to become a millionaire. It says Annie Turnbo Malone is thought to be one of the first African-American women to be a millionaire. But Guinness World Book of Records say Madam C.J. Walker, and just with the information that I have come across, I believe that Annie Turnbo Malone was the first millionaire, African-American millionaire, and then Madam C.J. Walker was the second, but I could be wrong. In the first 3 decades of the 20th century, she found the development of large, predominant commercial and educational enterprise centered on the cosmetics for African-American women. Annie Turnbo Malone had launched her hair care business 4 years before Sarah Breedlove. And Sarah Breedlove is better known as Madam C.J. Walker. In earlier 1900, Madam C.J. Walker worked as a payroll agent for Annie for about 1 year. We're going to get back to the word payroll. Pay attention to this word payroll. Payroll. We're going to get back. Madam C.J. Walker was a payroll agent. So I'm going to talk about this word payroll in a little bit. We're going to get back into that word payroll. But she was a payroll agent for Annie for about 1 year. Now, this is another picture from the movie. This is a picture from the self-made Netflix movie about Madam C.J. Walker. Now, these are the two characters. I have nothing against these two ladies, especially the lady right here. She plays in a lot of good movie where my curse is right. So this is an image of in the movie where Madam C.J. Walker hair was coming out, and we're going to talk about the hair because during this particular time, a lot of women hair was thinning out, wasn't growing. A baldness was taking place, and I'm gonna talk about why this was happening during this particular time, right? But this is an image in a movie. So Ada Monroe, who's supposed to be Annie Turnbo Malone, you just switch the name, but it doesn't matter. We know who you're talking about, and you have tarnished this woman's name and legacy. Here is a picture of Madam C.J. Walker being a laundress, right? And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. She's being a laundress before she transitioned and becoming a businesswoman, right? And in this picture, Annie Malone was growing Madam C.J. Walker hair because Madam C.J. Walker hair began to come out, right? Started being bald in certain places and thin. So in the movie, it was that agreement that took place between them. Annie Malone will treat her hair with her products for free as long as Madam C.J. Walker does her laundry, right? And then in the movie, it shows that Madam C.J. Walker took some product of Annie Malone and went out and sold it. And because she had already presented an opportunity, she wanted to be an agent, right? So, but Annie Malone in the movie turned her down. So Madam C.J. Walker took some of her products and went out and sold it to prove to her that it doesn't matter about how her hair looked or how dark hue color she is. She can still sell it. Because the salesman in the movie that was selling Annie Malone's product looked like her, which was a light-skinned woman who had this beautiful, long, straight and curly hair. So these was the representatives. No one looked like Madam C.J. Walker. So they made it look like that Annie Malone did not like dark-skinned people selling her products. So she turned Madam C.J. Walker down. This was in the movie. We just talking about the movie, right? But I just showed you that and you can go back and verify this through the historical record, Madam C.J. Walker was a parole agent. Madam C.J. Walker worked for Annie Malone, but in the movie, she does not work for Annie Malone. Annie Malone turned Madam C.J. Walker down numerous of times, right? Now, where did they get where did they get this Madam C.J. Walker from? Again, I love this actress right here. Don't get me wrong, she plays in a lot of good movies. And this lady here, this Madam C.J. Walker, they portray her out to be a thief. So now you got, they got Annie Malone playing a villain that does not like dark-skinned people who only have agents that look like her, fair skin, mixed, long hair, straight or curly hair. And then you have this Madam C.J. Walker that asked for a job, did not get the job, and then stole the recipe from Annie Malone, and then created her cosmetic line by the very things that by the same elements or chemicals that she used in order to batch up her hair grower. So now you got Annie, and now you got two black powerful women going against each other. So now they're pinning two black women against each other. Now you portraying one to be an evil villain and one to be a thief. This is in the movie, right? This is far from the truth. Far from the truth. Walker was born Sarah Breedlove. So for those that don't know, Madam C.J. Walker' real name was Sarah Breedlove. She became a Walker later on in time. December the 23rd, 1867, May the 25th, 1919 is when she passed away. Was an American entrepreneur, philanthropist, a political and social activist. She recorded as the first female self-made millionaire in America in the Guinness Book of World Records. Now you have some people that say that Annie Malone was the first millionaire, and I am suggesting the same thing. I could be wrong, but I think that it was Annie Malone, and you're going to see why I say this as we get further into the presentation. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. And just to clear something up before moving further, and that is that Madam C.J. Walker did not invent the hot comb, or the heating comb. So I know a lot of us, we've been taught, and Sister LaDosha talked about this yesterday a little bit. We didn't get too deep into it yesterday, but she mentioned how she went to a class and they was regurgitating this same outdated misinformation, is that Annie Malone created the hot comb, or not Annie Malone, but Madam C.J. Walker created or invented the hot comb or the heating comb. That is incorrect. Now, again, Madam C.J. Walker was, let's go back and see when Madam C.J. Walker was born December the 23rd, right? 1867. She was born in 1867, right? All right. A Frenchman named Francisco Marcella Gratias, who invented the heating curl iron, or it was suggested that he used the heating iron on a client. This was the first recording of Francis Marcella Gratias in 1870. In 1870, using the heating iron or curling iron on one of his clients. And then in 1872, it says he invented the heating curling iron because he became famous for these curls in these Europeans' hair. So in 1870, y'all, it was first recorded that Francis Marcelo Gratias, who was a Frenchman, used the heating comb on one of his clients and then invented the heating curling iron in 1872. So now I'm talking about these dates for a reason. His iron looked like a pair of tongues and was used to create the Marcella wave, or the hairstyle cascade wave that was popular across Europe and North America for decades. Gratias later immigrated to the United States, changed his name to Francis Marcella Woliffe, and in 1905 was granted a U.S. patent for his curling iron. In 1918, he was patented with the electric version by electrical heating the iron to control temperatures. He claimed that the device could produce longer lasting waves without injuring or burning the hair. Sarah Breedlove, which is Madam C.J. Walker, was 3 years old in 1970 and 5 years old in 1972 when the hot comb was invented or used. Neither Annie Turnbo Malone or Madam C.J. Walker invented the hot comb or the heating comb. So y'all can stop it. Y'all can stop it. The heating comb or the hot comb was well documented way before Madam C.J. Walker or Annie Turnbo Malone. And again, Madam C.J. Walker in 1970 was 3 years old. Madam C.J. Walker was 5 years old in 1972. 1972. She was born in 1867. So again, she was 3 years old. Back to Annie Turnbo Malone. We're going to get back in Madam C.J. Walker, but I want y'all to walk with me. I want y'all to learn some more about this great ancestor, about this great sister that is not mentioned at all with her contribution. This woman contributed a lot. She's contributed a lot. And there will be no Madam C.J. Walker without this woman right here. Again, I'll say this will be no Madam C.J. Walker without Annie Turnbo Malone. Annie was born in Metropolis, Illinois, from a former kidnap victim. She was the 10th of 11 children born by Robert Turnbo and a poor farmer and Isabella Cook Turnbo. Because of her parents died when she was young. I'm going to say that again. Because her parents died when she was young. Because her parents died when she was young. Annie was raised by her oldest sisters. Anna was raised by her oldest sisters. Anna was raised by her old sisters in nearby Peru, Illinois. She was a sickly child and missed a lot of school, where resulted in her having to withdraw before completing high school. Now we reiterated those things for a reason. Now we back to the movie again. This is the Ada Monroe, who's supposed to be Anna Turnbo Malone, and this is her mother. So this Annie Malone she's a full-grown woman, already a businesswoman, right? But it says, if you go back and you look, you will see that Annie Malone mother died when she was a young girl. But in the movie, her mother, she's talking to her mother, and her mother, you look how they depict her mother. Ooh, look at her. Look like an old kidnap victim. I don't want to say slave. Look how they depicted her, right? And in the movie, her mother is still living, right? But we know that her mother died when she was young. And her mother in the movie was raped by a slave master or kidnap victim master. And, and her mother was all for her, her business and the way that she hired her staff for the parole agents, those that look like her and not her mother. So there's another lie right there. Annie Malone's mother died a long time when she was young. But in the movie, they showing that her mother is still living. All right. When she was coming of age, the popular style among Black women was that of straight hair. Okay. When she was straight hair. So let's, and we're going to talk about a little bit more about straight hair, because I propose the question is Africans and African Americans only have woolly and kinky hair, right? And we know that, again, the Atlantic kidnapping trade not only left emotional scars on us, which still affects us to the day, but it also left psychological scars on us where we think that we're not pretty enough. You know what I'm saying? So we have to, straighten our hair. We have to bleach our skin and bleach our skin. And you can see this going on with our sister Serena Williams right now. She damn near yellow now. She was darker than this paint I got over here. But so and it was true at this particular time, you know, and it still is crazy at this particular time. White beauty or white standards still exist. So we talk with proper English, you know, King English. You're not talking proper. You're not talking correct King English. I get this a lot. You know, I'm country, so people always say I'm not talking correctly. So they want me to talk correctly with the King English. They, they're fighting right now. People can't even wear their natural hair, how it grows out of their hair naturally. You know, that's not the standard in the United States. White beauty is the standard. So they forcing us to do certain things with our hair so it meets their criteria, it meets their standards. We can't go to the jobs dressed the way we want to dress. You're not dressed for the job. So we have to dress in their standards. You know, we have to look good according to what they think looking good and dressing good good is. So it still exists to this day, but at this time, you know, the cornrows began to die out, because when you start to look, a lot of our sisters, they had the cornrows, you know, the cane rolls that they call it in the Caribbeans, the cane rolls, the cornrows. You know, this became a style, you know, or some easy access to do to braid your hair up, you know, out on the plantation, you know, out there in the field in the hot sun. So later on, after being freed, or so-called freed, you know, they began to observe and see that people that, you know, met this standard that they had will be afforded a better opportunity. But we'll get back into that. Straight hair look. Black women were starting to turn their backs on braided cornrow styles they associated with the fields of slavery and began to embrace the look, which for them meant freedom and the progress toward equality in America. Was straight or curly hair and light skin being promoted as a standard beauty? Did Annie and Madam C.J. Walker promote white beauty being the standard because it afforded better opportunities? I'm just proposing questions. We're going to answer this. I'm going to give you my best answer, and you should, you know, through this presentation, you know, come up with your answer through the conclusion of the research that I've done. Now, Booker T. Washington worried, to his credit, that hair straight, and I know people probably going to go crazy, and I already know what I think my answer going to be, but you're probably wrong. Booker T. Washington, who worried, to his credit, that hair straighteners and worse skin bleaching creams would lead to the internalization of white concept beauty. So during this particular time, man, Booker T. Washington, he wasn't fond of the cosmetics industry at all. You know, he thought that you know, these women was promoting white beauty, you know, and white beauty will become the standard. Now, this was what Booker T. Washington was definitely thinking at this particular time. But even in the movie,
his hair straight, ain't it? Booker T. Washington. I know he's like,
yeah. And you know, when they talked about him, man, they talked about him being a Uncle Tom and a kiss ass and, you know, certain things like that, you know, but I'm not knocking, you know, and at one particular time I did, you know, and I did some more research on him. So I kind of take some of the things that negative I said about him back. I said about him, you know, maybe about 4 years ago. So I take a lot of those things back. But in the movie, you know, they show that he has a disdain, you know, and he, you know, he didn't like the cosmetic business, and he was worried about, you know, them promoting white beauty and etc. But in the movie, it showed that she never became a member of his societal, and she did. She actually, and it did show that it was true that she got up and she spoke when she knew that she wasn't going to be allowed to speak. You know, her great granddaughter records this in her writings and in her articles, you know, coming straight from her great granddaughter. So that was right in the movie, but it shows that she never came back. But after that, he did invite her to come back and speak the next year, but they don't say that in the movie. They don't even show that in the movie. it showed that she stayed against and she never came back to Booker T. Washington events that he had every year to speak. So that was another lie in the movie. Now we talked about hair type, right? We talked about let's get into the hair type for a minute. We talk about straightening hair, right? So I proposed the question, and one of my questions I proposed, I ran down a list of questions I proposed before we got started, right? And I asked, one of the questions was, does African and African Americans only have woolly and kinky hair, right? And I'm gonna ask the people in the chat. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go off this so people won't read what I got up here real quick. I hope they hadn't read it. But going back real quick, you know, for the people that's in the chat, just an honest answer, you know what I'm saying? An honest answer. You know, nobody's gonna call you out for your answer, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. I just want to see. And somebody probably already done looked up there and seen what I have on there, but does African and African Americans only have woolly and kinky hair, y'all? And before I go to the next slide, I'll go there. And I'm saying that for a specific reason. Yes, no, maybe so. You know, y'all don't have to. We got 11 people watching. Please, somebody comment. You know, like I said, nobody's gonna call. Huh?
It's a little delay too, so you might have to give them a second.
Okay. Yeah. So I know it's a delay. Peace, brother.
I will say this, Kofi.
Go ahead.
I have never seen any pictures or anything of a captured victim, as you would say, quote unquote, slave with straight hair.
Okay.
I haven't.
Oh.
Like all the pictures that we see, like of slaves with the, you know, they got the whip, you know, they back real bruised up and all that stuff. Like their hair is more coarse and more, you know, like, you know, Afro style, whatever. Like I was just looking at Booker T. Washington hair, and his ain't straight. It's like a little. He got like a little fro on it. So I mean, not all Africans' hair is straight, but I haven't seen any African Americans in that time period with straight hair. And I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm saying I haven't seen it. So somebody could show me that would definitely be nice.
Okay. All right. So I got a no. No, Africans are not the only ones. Yes. Answer, I'm not calling nobody names out, but so we got yes. African Americans and African Americans only have woolly and kinky hair, and we have a no that they do not only have a woolly and kinky hair. Okay, we got that was the only answer. So Green Spirit says no. I mean, dang, I didn't mean to call your name because I said I wasn't gonna call anybody's name out. So we have a yes and 2 no's. So hair type, hair color and texture vary throughout Africa. Hair color and textures vary throughout Africa. Hair varies from thin to thick and from nearly straight to soft curly, i.e. the Ashanti, 2 tight curls, e.g. and the Mandingo. Scientists believe that dense curly hair textures most typically in Africa helps to shield the heads from strong sunlight. About 75% of dark-skinned people on this continent have hair labeled as kinky, and 15% have curly hair. 75% of dark skin, according to scientists, 75% of dark-skinned people on this continent have hair labeled as kinky, while 15% have curly hair. Curly hair is found among the Ethiopians, the Nubians, Somalians, and other African countries. Straight and wavy hair on Black Africans is most often found in very humid regions in forested areas of the Sahara and the Sudan. So here we have some brothers that is from those regions, Ethiopia, Nubia, if you want to call it Nubia.
Let me ask you this. So if your hair got natural waves in it, what's that saying? That's saying that you come from like a naturally humid place?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, from different human places. A lot of people say admixture. does not have to do with it. And we're gonna get into the color because we only think that black people only have black hair, only have black hair. So straight and wavy hair on black Africans is most often found in very humid regions in the forest areas of the Sahara and the Sudan. And these brothers here are in the Sudan. Look at their hair. Look at
I think I might be from the Sudan, bro. Because I swear, look, when my hair was short, it was real wavy all my whole life. I only been growing my hair out for the past 7 years.
Yeah,
I ain't had a haircut in 7 years.
yeah.
So but when I had it, because it's only been dreaded for 3. So it's only been locked up for 3 years. So the first 4 years I was growing my hair, I had braids and I have a ponytail. But when I wet my hair, I put it in a ponytail and I put some gel in there, it'll wave up, bro. Right. Wave up. So I was just thinking when you said that, I'm like, damn, so does that mean in my genetics that I come from a humid place?
It may be. I don't know, maybe. Most Africans have dark hair. Usually black, but some have lighter hair. And brown, blonde, and brown, going to be brown. And brown, blonde, and brown, and blonde, and red shades. Scientists think that these light shades sometimes occur because of the environmental factors or as a result of nutritional deprivation that prevents normal pigmentation. I'm gonna stop right there. A sister, I was on a show. What inspired me to do this show was the build of the discussion. Sister LaDosha had a show yesterday on Kevin Chill's show, and it was a bunch of specialists that was on the show. You had cosmetologists, you had professors. I think the lady was a professor. I know she worked at Kent State. You had LaDosha, who was also in the cosmetic field. She's an entrepreneur. She's an instructor as well. And you had another woman who verified some of the things I already had in my presentation. She works for the Madam C.J. Walker's museum. So she verified some of the things I had already had. She was already talking, didn't know she was verified, and I was smiling while it was. You had a traveling agency woman who has numerous of books out and been to Africa. I know she mentioned she's been to Tanzania, she's been to Ghana, she's been to Gambia, she's been to Kenya, she's been to quite a few places. And it was the only 4 that I can remember offhand. I think she named quite a few, but she has her own traveling agency and she's an author. And I'm going to reach out to that sister too. We're going to try to get on author's perspective here soon. And but anyway, one of the beauticians, I can't think of her name. Let me see if I can remember. And I think her name was Kedra. I got her name written. I wrote everybody's name down because I want to try to keep in contact with everybody. Her name was Rashana. If correct me if I'm wrong, Sister LaDosha, but I think her name was Rashana, and she even verified what I was saying, that color can also do. The color of the hair can also do with something dealing with your diet. You know what I'm saying? What you put in your diet, your body, nutritional deprivation. So blacks not only having that, we can not only only have brown, blonde, or red shade. I'm gonna go back here. Look at these 2 brothers' hair right here. This brother here has like a brownish, bronze looking color. This brother have like a brownish or almost a reddish color right here. So our hair is just not black. And I know Sister LaDosha says she gets some feedback because she represents red, black, and green all day. She's African centered. You know what I'm saying? She's proud to be an African. She's proud of her heritage and her character. And certain people look at her funny because her hair is straight and she has red hair. I have red hair. I got my hair red. So we can get out of the assumption that
mine's red too.
Right. So we can get out of the assumption that black people just only have black hair. I mean, just our hair is just black, but what mine is, I have dye in mine. I'm not saying mine is naturally red. I have dye in mine. I'm not saying it so nobody Boy, you dyed your hair. Yes, I dyed my hair. You know, I dyed.
Mine's like if I be in the sun, like in the summertime, I be in the sun too long, I should start turning red.
Yeah, I know. I got a couple of partners. I grew up with. Well, I ain't gonna say they're my partners, but some people I went to school with. You know, that was my partners back in the day. You know, had red hair, had a bronze hair, darker than I was, or a little lighter. You know, a little lighter than I was. You know, so you know. I hadn't seen, I'll be honest, I haven't seen a blonde-headed. I seen it on the internet, but I hadn't seen that, you know, I hadn't encountered a view that with my own eyes, a natural blonde-headed African-American male or female, you know. But like I said, scientists think that light shade sometimes occurs because of the environmental factors as a result of nutritional deprivation that prevents normal pigmentation, including those of Ghana. Senegal, hairdress works only with members that are gender. Hairdressing, which might be done daily, involves cleansing, then combing, oiling, and styling in various braids, wraps, curls, twists, and other shapes, and sometimes decorated with accessories. Now back to Annie Turnbo Malone. Annie and Turnbo Malone took an early, and we're going to get into Madam C.J. Walker, early interest of hair textures in 1890s. Being a lover of style hair, Annie begins to envision a way of straightening hair without having to use the methods of old, which include soap, goose fat. I know they used to use goose fat to slick their hair down, straighten it down, heavy oils, butter, and bacon grease, and the cording combs of sheep. Now, and right there, it was a statement that was made. I never heard. And when I was on the show yesterday, someone was LaDosha had said that someone had told her that Africans didn't comb their hair, and I said, what? So I got the name in a bunch of combs in different places. You can also go on here and check out my African hair presentation, and I show you some of the old combs that was used in Central Africa, South Africa, North Africa, West Africa, North, South, Central, and West Africa. I show you some of the old combs that are used that are in the museum. And for people that made that statement don't know how important hair was in our culture, you know, and how it was a social activity for women to go and do each other hair. They did their hair daily. They styled their hair daily. Even they dyed your hair. If you look at, if you go look at the Namba people in South Africa, you look at the Himba people, or let's go to the Sudan and you look at the Hamra people. They have red hair. Their hair is not red naturally. They dyed it red with red orchard. Even they straighten their hair. Yeah, they straighten their hair in Africa. What they use to straighten their hair with, if they wanted to straighten their hair with, they used cow urine and ash to straighten their hair. They used cow urine and ashes to straighten their hair. He also witnessed methods of straightening, which employed sometimes mixing, witnessed methods of hair straightening, which employed lye, sometimes mixed with potatoes, which was turned off by procedures because of the often resulting in damaged scalps and broken hair follicles. So Annie Malone seen the process, and she didn't like the process of the lye. We still use lye today, you know what I'm saying, in the hair. A lot of us using extra strength lye, you know, in the perms. And
that's curl in there.
Yeah. So, you know, she didn't like that. She didn't like the process. She seen how it was damaging, and we still see how it's breaking our hair, children hair off, damaging their hair, leaving marks, red spots in their hair if it's in there too long because it done got irritated, but we still do it because, we subconsciously hate ourselves and hate the way our hair grow out of our head. So we just resort to what the slave, the oppressor, said to us. Look at her nappy hair. Look at his nappy hair. So we use these derogatory terms on ourselves. But coupled with influence, her aunt who was a herb doctor and knowledge chemistry, Annie Turbone developed a chemical which could be used to straighten hair without causing damage to the hair scalp. By the time she was in her late 20s, Turbone had to develop a straightening solution which will grant her entry into the annual of hair history. Now, this was before Madam C.J. Walker. This is before Madam C.J. Walker. By the beginning of the 1900s, Annie Malone begins to revolutionize hair care methods for all of African Americans, on with revolutionary formulas and products she called the Great Wonderful Hair Care. I got that in bold lightings. Remember, her agencies and products was product line was called Poro. We're going to get back into that in a minute. And I want y'all, if y'all know what I'm talking about when I keep talking about Poro, put it in the chat because we're going to talk about the word Poro and what the word Poro is connected to in a minute. Because again, Annie Turnbo Malone's hair product line and even college and institutions was called Poro. And I wonder, we'll get in that in a minute. But words, the great wonderful hair grower. Annie moved to St. Louis in 1982. Now she left Illinois, right? And she moved to St. Louis in 1982. Remember that. Remember that date.
Who in St. Louis, Kofi? Get to it. Come on.
We go get to it now. She hired some assistants and began selling her products door to door. Word of her products and teaching methods spread it like wildfire. And soon her products and her Poro method of styling hair was successful. Poro, that word Poro goes again. Poro, if y'all know what I'm talking about, man, before I move to the next slide, man, y'all hit it up in the chat, man, before I move any further, man. Poro, what the word Poro is connected to, or what I'm hinting to or alluding to when we keep hearing the word Poro. I said Poro, her Poro agency, Poro college, Poro methods, Poro. What am I hinting to when I'm saying that? I know it's a delay on Facebook, so I give it a minute because we are live. And again,
yeah, they was talking about it earlier, Kofi.
Okay. So
they was in there talking about it earlier when you had said it the first time. I seen.
Okay.
Yeah, Poro Kali, Queen Cheetah said, and Shawn said Poro is a West African society.
Yes.
Yeah. They was in here talking about it.
Okay. Well, y'all was in there talking about it. That's what's up. So here is Annie Turnbo Malone. This is her college. This is the Poro College here. This is an old picture of her college. Now y'all have to look, man. This is in the 19th century, man. This is around maybe 1910, 1970. I can't remember exactly the date.
That was a nice ass building.
Look at this, man. This was during the Jim Crow era, man. The Jim Crow area, y'all. The Jim Crow.
What time period you said it was?
It was like between 1910 through 1917, somewhere around there. I can't remember the exact date when this when her school was erected, but this wasn't the only institution. I think this is in Chicago here. She bought a whole damn block. She bought the block.
I wish I would have known this information when I was writing volume 1, because I was talking about all the historical people in the early 1900s. I didn't know about this woman here. See, new information came to light. We might have to do an update.
She bought the block. Poro College. Malone called it Poro, a West African Mendi male secret and devotional society, an organization located throughout Liberia and Sierra Leone dedicated to the discipline of enhancing the body, spiritual and physical. There were some elements of the term that seems to indicate beauty. Even though it was not a vogue during that era, Annie wanted to connect her Poro agents to their African roots. And there was her way of doing that. She and her assistant sold her unique brands and hair care products door to door. So she wanted her agents to be connected to her roots. I don't know at this particular time she knew about the Bondo Sandy Society because that has to do with the Women's Secret Society. But she named her college, her products, and her agents after the Poro Society in West Africa, specifically Sierra Leone and Liberia, dealing with the Mende people. But you not only had the Mende people, you have the Kissi, the Bono, the Vasa, the Kunu, the Timni. So, so she was well connected, but she wasn't well. She was proud of her African heritage. In the movie, that woman wasn't proud of her African heritage. They didn't even speak on this woman contributions or even talk about the Poro College, the Poro Agency, the Poro products that she provided, and how she wanted her agents to have a sense or connect them to their African roots. So this is why she named her company this and her products this. They didn't even say anything about that in the movie. It was the first educational institution in the United States dedicated to the study of teaching of Black cosmetology. Whoa! I want to do a lot of the people that's in the field. Sister Ladosha, you can make an answer this if you still on. Do any of the people in the field of cosmetology, especially the Black cosmetology, do they speak about Annie Turnbo Malone? Do they honor Annie Turnbo Malone? Do they recognize her as it was the first educational institution in the United States? It says the first educational institution in the United States dedicated to the study and the teaching of Black cosmetology. The school reported graduated over 75 agents worldwide, including the Caribbean. The school employed nearly 200 people. And the people she employed looked just like her. They was empowering people that looked just like them, especially women. They was definitely, both of them was definitely into empowering Black women. You know what I'm saying? Showing them how to be entrepreneurs, man. So they employed people that look just like them. Curriculum included instructions of training students in personal styles and presenting themselves at work, walking, talking, and style dressing designs to maintain a solid public personal. These are some of the products, the Poro products here. This is just an image of the products here. And what are those products, the Poro products? You got hair grower, you got spick hair grower, you got liquid hair grower, you got liquid hair grower, you got tear relief, you got skin and scalp soap, you got face powder, you got deodorant, you got talcum powder, you got vanishing cream, you got coloring cream, you got banquet perfume, you got banquet toilet water. I don't know what that is. Poro banquet toilet water. Somebody please let me know what that is. I don't know what toilet. It says Poro banquet toilet water.
Toilet water, oh.
I don't know what that is. Her toilet part, I don't know. Sister Ladosha might know what that is. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Annie Turnbo Malone believed that African American women improved their physical appearance, that they will gain greater self-respect and achieve success for other areas in life. Now back to Sarah Breedlove, which is Madam C.J. Walker. In December, we already know she was born in 1867. Sarah Breedlove was born to two former kidnapping victims on a plantation in Delta, Louisiana, just a few months after the second Juneteenth was celebrated one state over in Texas. So she was born in Louisiana, while the rest of her siblings had been born on the other side of emancipation. Sarah was free, but by 7, she was an orphan, toiling in the same cotton fields. To escape her abusive brother-in-law's household, Sarah married at 14, and together she and Moses Williams had a daughter, Leela, later Leela Walker, before Moses mysteriously died. Now the reconstruction, two was the dead in the now that reconstructions, two was dead in the South. Sarah moved north to South Carolina. Now we know Anna Malone moved.
Hold on, Kofi. Hold on. Wait a minute. That damn. You know how we was trying to figure out what the toilet water was?
Yeah.
Sister Ladosha put it in the chat. Guess what it is?
What is it?
Perfume, bro.
Okay.
Why they call it toilet water? That's
I don't know, man, but appreciate for clearing that up because I
had to
I was going somewhere else with it. I was going somewhere else with it.
Man, listen.
But again, so we know Anna Turnbo Malone was in Illinois, and then she moved from Illinois to St. Louis in 1902, I believe, or 1901. And she had already established her business, had a business off of the ground, already running, right? Now we have Madam C.J. Walker. After her husband died, she is, I might be getting bummed. She is moving. She moves to St. Louis. And she moved to St. Louis because she had brothers that was in St. Louis. So where a few of her brothers had taken up as barbers, themselves having left the Delta as an exodus some years before, leaving on $1.50 a day, living on $1.50 a day as a laundress and cook. Sarah struggled to send Leela to school. They had that right in the movie. She was a laundress. I told y'all about she was a laundress. But the deal that her and Annie Malone had, she did work for Annie Malone. She was a parole agent. But in the movie, they said she didn't work for Annie Malone. She got upset and then stole the formula and then created her own products from what she stole, which is incorrect. Laundress and cook. Sarah struggled to send Leela to school and did while joining the AME church, where she networked with other city dwellers, including those of fledgling national associations of colored women. In 1894, Sarah tried to marry again, but her second husband, John Davis, was less than reliable and he was unfaithful. In the movie, I don't know. I hadn't did too much research on her second husband, Madam C.J. Walker's second husband. But in the movie, her husband was portrayed as, I think he was a drunk. I could be wrong. Like I said, I just looked at it. I don't know why I remember. I just looked at it because I didn't know nothing about the movie until Saturday. And I looked at all of it Saturday. But I know they portrayed him as being abusive. He could have been abusive. I know he wasn't, he wasn't reliable. He was an unfaithful man to her. And that resulted them not being together. But I think they said in the movie he went to prison, and when he got out of prison, he just wasn't right, or went to jail, and when he got out of jail, he wasn't right. I don't know. That could be factual. That could not be factual. I didn't dig deep into her second husband to see exactly what kind of man he was. But just doing a little of the research, it did say that he was an unfaithful man. At 35, her life remained anything but certain. I was at, and this is her speaking to the New York Times. This is after she has made it. It was at my time. I was at my tub one morning with a heavy watch before me. She later told the New York Times, as I bent over the washboard and looked at my arms buried in sub soap, I said to myself, what are you going to do when you grow old and your back gets stiff? Who is going to take care of your little girl? Adding to Sarah's woes was the fact that she was losing her hair. And as her great-granddaughter, Ali Bundles, explained in the essay she posted on African.gov archives, and she has, I think she has a book out too. I can't remember the name of the book. During the early 1900s, when most Americans lacked indoor plumbing and electricity, bathing wasn't luxury. As a result, Sarah and many other women were going bald because they washed their hair so frequently, leaving it vulnerable to the environments of hazardous and such pollution, bacteria, and lice. So bathing at that particular time was a luxury. It was indoor and plumbing was lacking in our communities. So they didn't wash their hair a lot. And due to them not washing their hair, as it stated, that the environment hazardous, such as the pollution and the bacteria and the lice, thinned a lot of their hair, stopped their hair from growing, and even bald them in certain places because, they didn't wash their hair frequently, or not at all. Now, this is Madam C.J. Walker right here. This is before. This is her losing her hair. See her hair? And then this is after. And I don't know if this picture here is after her hair begins to grow. After, I know once she started using, got introduced, because she got introduced to Annie's Malone products when she got to St. Louis. So I don't know if this was during the time of Annie or when her hair begins to grow, or it started growing and then it grew this length after she created her own products, a hair grower. Now, and it led up to 1904, World Fair in St. Louis. Sarah's personal and professional fortune began to turn when she discovered
What was the date on that?
That's 1904.
I talk about the World Fair, man, in Volume 1, bro.
Yeah.
I talk about this St. Louis Fair in Volume 1. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Sarah's personal and professional fortune begins to turn around. She discovered the great, wonderful hair grower of Annie Turnbo, later Malone. She became a Malone later on. And I hate, but I'm, and I said I wasn't going to add the Malone on the end because she's a Turbo, and I'm not, and I may be saying, I may be pronouncing her last name wrong, maiden name, but then when she was married, she became a Malone. But he did some sucker stuff to me. You're supposed to be a man, and he had a lot to do, I believe, to do with her not even being mentioned. But I'll get into that a little later. An Illinois native with a background in chemistry who relocated her hair straightening business to St. Louis. So, I told you she relocated in 1902 from Illinois, but she already had her business, her hair grower already jumped up off the ground in Illinois before she moved to St. Louis. And then Madam C.J. Walker got introduced to her stuff in 1904. Hair straightening business, St. Louis. It's more than work. And within a year, Sarah went from using Turnbo's products to selling them as a local agent. She became a local agent for her Annie Malone. She became a poro agent. But the movie says she never worked for her. Perhaps not confidential. Around the same time, she began dating Charles Joseph C.J. Walker, a savvy salesman from St. Louis, Clara. So she became a Walker after she married Charles Joseph. And then she took that C.J. Walker and branded it worldwide, made that C.J. Walker famous. While still in Turnbo agents, Sarah stepped out of her boss shadow in 1905. So listen, Anna Malone moved from Illinois to St. Louis in 1902. She already had a business popping, right? 1904. Madam C.J. Walker got introduced to Anna's Malone products and then became a local agency a poro agent. So she worked for the company a year later after she seen how Anna's products actually worked. It worked, right? Then it tells you that later on, I think it was 1905, Sarah relocated to Denver, where her sister-in-law family resided. Apparently, she heard Black women hair suffered in Rocky Mountains, highly but dry air. CJ soon followed, and so Madam CJ Walker, damn, it's an opportunity, a business opportunity if I move. When I was in Louisiana, the same thing was happening. People was losing hair due to not having indoor plumbing or electricity in these poor areas. So it was a luxury to bathe. So we didn't have the luxury of washing our hair every day. So it's a market. I can go over here and I can create my own. I looked at Annie. I looked how she was a bit, and then I forgot to put on here what she learned, because in the Poro book, there are certain things they have to learn to be an agent. So all these things that she learned from Annie, she took it and she applied it, and she started her own when she got to Denver, where sister-in-law family resided. Apparently, she heard Black women hair, but in the movie, Annie And Madam C.J. Walker was getting into it. Annie didn't want her products, not Annie, but Madam C.J. Walker didn't want her products overshadowed, so she moved to Denver. That's this in the move, according to the movie now, y'all. And her, according to the movie, but again, a lot of that movie has a lot of lies and holes in it. She heard black women had suffered in Rocky Mountains and high but dry. C.J. soon followed in 1906. Two made it official. Marriage number 3, and the new business started, with Sarah officially changing her name to Madam C.J. Walker. Around the same time, she awoke from a dream in which her words, a big black man appeared to me and told me what to mix up for my hair. So according to her having a dream, this was a dream, I guess a divine, I don't know, but she had a dream, and in this dream, this man told her what to mix up for her hair grower, and I guess to get it from. Some of the remedies was grown in Africa, but I sent for it, put it on my scalp, in a few weeks my hair was coming in faster than it had ever fallen out. It was to be called Madam Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower. Now we know we had Annie's Pearl, great wonderful hair grower. Now we here Madam Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower. Her initial investment was $1.25. Madam C.J. Walker had a foresight in incorporating in 1910, and even when she couldn't attract big name backers, she invested $10,000, and that was a lot of money at that time. That was a lot of money. $10,000 of her own money, making herself a sole shareholder of the new Walker's Manufacturing Company, headquarters at a state-of-the-art factory and school in Indianapolis, itself as a major distribution hub. Perhaps mostly important, Madam Walker transformed her customs and evangelist agencies, who for the handsome commission multiplied her ability to reach a new market while providing them with the avenues out of poverty, much like Turnbo had provided her. In short order, Walker Company had trained some 40,000 Walker agencies at an ever-expanding number of horticultural college she founded, and she set up through already established Black institutions, and there was a whole Walker system for them to learn, from vegetable shampoo to cold creams with hazel dyes and those controversial hot combs. This is a picture of Madam C.J. Walker's manufacturing company. This woman created, invested in herself and got a manufacturing company. These are some of her products. The Madam C.J. Walker Beauty Culture. This is one of her cultural logos. These are some of the products here. Turnbo Malone business failure tarnish her image. Her former employee, Madam C.J. Walker, often overshadowed Malone because Walker business remains successful and more widely known. Let's stop there. So a lot of times when we think about the first Black African American women, we think about Madam C.J. Walker. We think about Madam C.J. Walker revolutionized the cosmetology in industry. But we never mention about Annie Turnbo Malone. And without Annie Turnbo Malone, there will be no Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker discovered her products and was inspired by Annie Turnbo Malone. Madam C.J. Walker role model was Annie Turnbo Malone. She worked for Annie Turnbo Malone agency, the Pearl. She was a Pearl agent. She sold products for her for I think about a year or two, but I know she took the products for a year. Hair was grown. She seen that it worked, and she became an agent. Then she looked, because she was a visionary, and she seen a market where she could go and try to do some of the same things. She can apply what she learned as a Pearl agent, because again, it was a booklet that they had, the Pearl agents had, that they had to learn. It was certain things. So she took these things, she's applied it, and she went on and she started her own. And Annie wanted her people to be entrepreneurs, just like Madam C.J. Walker wanted the same for her agent, her agents or her reps that worked for her other people that she employed. And again, CJ Walker did the same thing. She employed people that looked just like her, and she empowered Black women. Now, and the reason I say that it tarnished her image was when her business began to fail. Later on in time, her husband tried to take her for half of her money. Try to take half. Now, she had already established a whole lot of this before she even got married to I can't remember, Avery Malone. I think that is his name. Avery Malone was her husband's wife. And you know, I think he was a principal, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I think he was. But later on, you know, they end up going through a big divorce, and he wanted half of the company. But she came in. You didn't come in with nothing, Jack. And now you want half of this woman company? I don't respect that. I don't respect that. You a man. You're a man. So the battle. So she began to lose a lot of things. And then she went through legal things with the IRS where she began to owe money. So her business began to failure through the divorce and then through some legal disputes through the IRS. And it began to decline later on in time. But this woman, and both of these women was philanthropists. I'm almost finished. So these women was philanthropists. So I just don't respect that though. But you know, and because of her business started to fail, and Madam CJ Walker business began to thrive and excel, people began to talk more about Madam CJ Walker and forget about all the things that Turnbo Malone did. You know, how many people this woman employed. 75 agencies she taught that went through her company.
Kofi.
You know,
Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
Why you whisper?
Bro, I don't know.
You going in, though.
I don't know. But yeah, man. So, but anyway, Walker business remains successful and more widely known. Walker is often credited as the originator of Black beauty and cosmetology business and the director distribution of sales agency systems that Malone developed. Many historians believe Malone deserved more credit, and she does deserve more credit. She deserves more credit she deserves. And I'm not saying she deserved more than Madam CJ Walker, but again, there would be no Madam CJ Walker without Annie Malone. And the Pearl College was one of the first Black institutions in the United States for the study of Black cosmetology. So people in that field has to give it up to her. Not only to Madam CJ Walker, they has to give it up to Annie Malone as well. We have to keep this woman's name alive too. And I'm going to defend her name because this woman has inspired me too. And the Netflix movie has definitely tarnished this woman's name. We're going to talk about some of the things that both of these women did, and we'll end it. But many historians believe, again, Malone deserves more credit for her devotion to help African Americans gain financial independence and her generous donation to education, civics, and social cause. Turnbo Malone, Black philanthropist. And then we'll talk about what Madam CJ Walker did. Man, these women, man, I'm telling you, they did it for our people. These women did it, man. But Malone lived considerably and gave away much of her fortune to help other Africans. This woman gave away much of her fortune to help other African Americans. She is one of America's first major Black philanthropists. At $25,000 donation from Annie Malone helped build the St. Louis Color YMCA. From 1919 to 1943, Malone served as on the board president as the St. Louis Color Orphanage Home. During this time, she raised most of the orphanage construction costs. She had donations from donated the first $10,000 to build the orphanage new building in 1919 below. With her help in 1922, it bought a faculty. It bought a faculty at 2616 Annie Malone Drive, formerly Goody Avenue. It continued to serve from a historic villain neighborhood. Upgrading and expanding the faculties was renamed in her honor Annie Malone Children and Family Service Center in 1946. And the orphanage was renamed after Annie, and I think they have something up there every year in honor of Annie Malone's Annie Malone behalf. Annie Malone's philanthropies included financing the education of 2 full-time students in every historical Black college and university in the country. So this woman financed 2 students from every historical Black college and university in the country. Her $25,000 donation to Howard University was among the largest gift in the university and had received by a private donor of African descent. She also contributed to the Tuskegee Institution. Now, these women did a lot, man, and these money, it's not, 10,000, 25,000, 10,000 here, 25,000, 20,000 that, and that was a lot of money. She knew first. They was millionaires too. Now both of them were millionaires. Go ahead.
Kofi, especially in the time period that you're talking about, $25,000 then, that's like $100,000 now.
Yep. I'm telling you. She knew firsthand. This is Madam C.J. Walker, her Black philanthropist. She knew firsthand the struggle of being poor, Black and a female emerging in the Jim Crow South. Her philanthropist giving was focused on racial uplifting, which meant helping African Americans overcome Jim Crow and achieving full citizenship. She gave money to local, regional, national, and international organizations that were typically found by or focused on serving African Americans. Her racial uplifting giving was primarily directed toward Black education and social service. She gave the Black colleges and second schools like Booker T. Washington Tuskegee Institution, the Palmer Memorial Institution in North Carolina, and the Daytona Normally and Industrial Institution in Florida, because Jim Crow laws denied her an education during her childhood in Louisiana and in Mississippi. For social services, she gave to organizations, such as the Flanders Settlement House in Indianapolis, the Apple Home Elder Care Faculties, the Indianapolis and St. Louis Colored Orphanage Home. So she even donated money to Annie's orphanage home that she donated the first $10,000 to get, and then later on they renamed the orphanage after Annie Turnbo Malone. And St. Paul's AME Mike's Missionary Society in St. Louis, and to international and color branches of the YMCA. We must tip our hats off to Annie Turnbo Malone and Madam C.J. Walker, because they started a thriving Black business during the Jim Crow era and the Spanish flu pandemic. Let's stop right there. I said they started thriving Black businesses during the Jim Crow era and the Spanish flu pandemic. These women was doing this during these 2 eras. They had the Jim Crow laws that was up against them, and they had a pandemic that was up, and they did all of this during this time. This is very impressive, and both women employed many African Americans and helped many Black organizations. These women were innovators, motivators, visionaries, and a blessing to so many communities. I want to say Igungun, Kiki Igungun. I want to say Majuba Ibe, Annie Turnbo Malone, Majuba Ibe, Madam C.J. Walker, man. And I want to say Makuru. These women are truly true a voice. These women are truly justified. And these are my references here. So I hope everybody appreciate the presentation. I wanted to clear up some things that was going on with the baby, do me a favor. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm back. So I wanted to get people familiar with Annie Turnbo Malone, because a lot of people don't know who she is, and I want people to know who she are and give her just due, because a lot of people have passed over this woman. And again, there will be no Madam C.J. Walker without Annie Turbo Malone. So when we speak in the aspect of beauty products and the first Black African American woman millionaire, we have to throw Annie Turbo Malone in that same conversation. When we talk about cosmetology schools and colleges, we have to put her name in that as well. We have to give it up for her, just like we give it up for Madam CJ Walker. But I'll ask a question real quick, and then I'll end it. I'll end the show. Did Madam CJ Walker, just looking at what I presented, and even showing you something when I talked about straight hair, did Madam CJ Walker and Annie Turbo Malone, did they, let me stop sharing my screen too. Let me go back over here. Let's say stop sharing. Okay, we got T'Challa on the panel. I'll let my brother speak too. Did they sell white beauty? Did Annie Malone and Madam CJ Walker sell white beauty, or did they get rich off of selling white beauty? Which did they or did they not? I just want to see, and I'm just seeing just with what I presented, and going through a few things, because some of us is confused on certain things when we talk about the texture of the hair, the color of the hair. So did they sell white beauty? And everybody at once don't answer. Just answer. Like I said, man, it's not going. It's not gonna call anybody out and talk about anybody. We don't do that over here, so y'all don't have to worry about that over here on Kofi Piesie TV, Kofi Piesie research team. We practice and we demonstrate good character. We have proven ourselves time and time again that we practice good character. We understand how important good character is in our culture. It is ingrained in our culture. We understand on how to become the highest humanitarian as possible. So we understand that. So we don't degrade, we don't talk about, we don't disrespect over here. It's about learning over here together. It's about, as I learn, we all learn. So when it's about sharing information. So did they sell white beauty? And I know it's a delay on the Facebook end, but somebody, anybody else. And brother T'Challa, you on the panel, man? You got anything, man? Sutekh too, man. Y'all got anything? I know I knew Sutekh was already in here. Appreciate that too, brother Chavis. But T'Challa, Sutekh, man, y'all got anything? I guess ain't nobody gonna answer the question. I'll say what I'm gonna say in a minute. You got anything, brother?
Yeah, apologize. I was definitely knocked all the way out. But I just want to say it's movies like Selfmade that's just as disrespectful in my mind, if not more. And I'm gonna say more because we're Americans. North Americans being Africans kidnapped and descendants that were, brought over here, or brought to the Caribbean and shipped to North America.
Mm-hmm.
As disrespectful as that movie was, like Gods of Egypt, and just every other misrepresentation of Black people throughout Hollywood history. I mean, if you look at it, how many times have they really done us justice? And I feel like it's like our passion for our people to represent, especially our women. Like this was needed, Kofi, because people is talking about this movie like it's, oh man, And it's a lot of talk about this going on right now, and people just really don't understand their history. And I have to step back because people want to engage in arguments about things that they don't really understand because they don't research like us. Like will wake up at 3 in the morning, if not be up until 3 in the morning, putting these type of presentations together or just writing about this kind of stuff in our volumes. As Brother Sutekh said, he wrote about, you know what I'm saying? This is what he was up in the middle of the night working on. You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of stuff this is why we exist, the Kofi Piesie research team family. This is the type of stuff that we do because left up to them, people just watch movies these days and they go on thinking they know something about Madam C.J. Walker. With that said, I think that this is a lesson, not only in what she did and what Black women do for their communities throughout history, and of overcoming the adversity. I think this is a lesson in why we need to engage in some type of scholarship, some type of study of who we are as Black people and what we've done from here in America first, and then who we are as Africans on the continent and globally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sutekh, you got anything, man? I know you came in. I think maybe I don't think you came in. I hadn't too far had started, huh?
Yeah, I think it was. I came in like 15, 20 minutes after you had got into it, but then I started sharing the show, so I'm gonna have to go back and look at this and catch it in the archives because I did start watching that self-made movie a couple of months ago, but I could not get through it. I couldn't get through it. I just felt like it was so. I didn't like how they made the movie. Like it was. I don't know. No, I don't know, man. Maybe it
I
was
know
just
what you're saying. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
exactly. Yeah, it's like they wasn't taking it serious. Like like it was a game or something. Like I didn't appreciate that, so I couldn't finish it. But maybe I need to go back and check it out, just to even if just to find out the discrepancies. Put the movies side by side with your presentation and catch all the discrepancies because they do that. They do that a lot. They instead of making a real life story, they make something that they call is based on a true story, and they change so many elements, so many factual elements into mythical elements. So yeah, man. And the way they pose the movie, bro, I just could not get through it though. But yeah, this was a presentation. I'm gonna have to come back and check it out because I plan on doing something on one of the ladies from my hometown, which is Bessie Smith. So yeah, this will be a good presentation to go back and watch when I'm just chilling, ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, they showed, man. I think the funny thing about it, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was African American women producers who produced the movie, but they did it for Hollywood. So, changed up all the stuff, for it to be good and I guess to sell, so to alter the story and diminish and tarnish the names of both of them great women. They predicted one to be a villain, then they predicted the other woman to be a thief, so I definitely didn't appreciate that. So Tep, you got anything else, man? And then we got 3 people that actually answer, and I'm gonna throw their names up real quick, and then I'll give my answer too.
Yeah, we still got to address also the question that you posed. Are there African Americans that came over here? Do they have straight hair?
Mm-hmm.
You asked that.
Oh no, that's what I showed. I showed the curly hair, and then show how scientists say about the humidity, and especially in the Sudan, and in the Sudan and in the Sahara, their hair may be curly, their hair may be straight. So that's why I showed you those 3 individuals, and then even talked about the different color of the hair. Our hair don't just be brown; it may be blonde, it may be a bronze.
Somebody in the chat said there is people over here with straight hair. Because I was gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if it was somebody over here with straight hair, what they gonna say? They gonna say Abo.
Yep.
they gonna claim Indian before they claim African.
All day, every day. I see it every day.
Yeah. Get back to what you were saying. This presentation, man. I learned a whole lot. And, while you was talking about it, I went and read an article too.
Yeah.
Like everything you said lined up exactly what the article said, and the article was published the same day that Netflix published it, or Netflix put it out there. So I believe it was like March 20th or somewhere along those lines. Sometime at the top of the year they put it out, but yeah, everything you were saying lined up with what this article was saying. So yeah, I got to learn a lot today. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that article from you too, man.
I'll send it to you. It's small. I'll put it in the chat. It's small. And talk about everything you said. It's super small though.
Okay, yeah, no doubt. I'll check it out, man. But
Hey, real quick, Netflix been tripping lately. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with everything they've been producing this year, but they got a whole lot that I don't like. I'm gonna just leave it right there. That's a whole nother. I know you're trying to end the show, but just a heads up, Netflix been tweaking lately, like more so than what media normally do.
For real.
Yeah,
I don't talk. I mean, I don't watch it much. My wife a Netflix fanatic. I don't look at a show. I don't watch it that much. But when she told me about that self-made, when I was doing, like I said, I was like 80, 90%. I was 90% through. And I went back and added some more slides because I said I'm finna sit down and watch all of it. So Saturday, I watched all 4 episodes of it. I think all the episodes were like maybe an hour long, something somewhere. I think the first one might have been an hour, second one might have been like an hour. I think the other 2 might have been like 45 minutes. All of them might have been an hour, but I watched every last one of them. And I was just like, wow. So I just started taking notes down and said, man, I'm gonna pick this apart. I got to add and put this in the presentation. So LaDosha says no. Not Shawn. Let's see. Kistu said Kofi, no, they did not. Green Spirit Studio said Kofi TV. I said not really because we Africans have always tribally altered our hair, but bleaching is white, so-called beauty, which there isn't. So my answer would be the same thing. My answer would be no. And my answer would be no because I understand the hair aspect of our tradition, how understand hair from a cultural perspective, from an African cultural perspective and customs, and how important hair was in African culture. And I talk about that on a show I was on yesterday that was sponsored by LaDosha Wright, a reference team that was on not Kofi Piesie TV, but on Kevin Chill Herit. Go check that not presentation, but great discussion out. There was a bunch of professionals on the panel yesterday with myself, and man, it was a nice show. Sister LaDosha, could you put that in there and or somebody put the link in there so they can click the link and go back and watch that great video great discussion that was on Kevin Chill's Kevin Chill Herit channel yesterday. I think that's the name of his YouTube channel. And but I say no too because we get so far removed when we look at the lookership, and we say we always resort to straight hair. I got a problem with the straight hair when we definitely trying to be European, and we got to talk with the proper English, and we trying to bleach our skins, and we trying to look like them, and we trying to act like me. I have a problem with that. But like I said, if you go back and you can look, you go back and verify these things for yourself. You don't have to believe me. But Africans straighten their hair again with cow urine and ash. They used to straighten their hair up. Styling hair was a social activity. They pride off of doing their hair, so it was nothing for us to style hair. And if you don't believe me, go look at my presentation, African Herit. If not that one, you can go look at an article. I wrote a whole article, beautiful black hair. Stop using the N-word, and that article is totally different than the presentation I did. Totally different. The information I got in my presentation is different than in the article. So that you can go verify and read both of them. And I got pictures. I got other stuff in there as well. So I'm saying no too, you know. So, and like I said, even when you go, you got 75%. Go look it up. 75% of the people in Africa have kinky and woolly hair, and 15% of people in Africa have curly and straight hair. You know, and they do have bronze, brown, and black hair due to the diet that they may have nutritional deficiencies, you know, or hair a certain texture because of the climate that they may be in. So, you know, go verify some of these things. You don't have to believe Kofi Piesie. You know, go verify it for yourself, man. But again, I hope y'all appreciate this presentation. The link is in the description. One of the members of Kofi Piesie research team put the link in the chat. It's called Texture Styles. It is on Kevin Chilher's YouTube channel. Powerful discussion, man. So go check it out. I enjoyed myself yesterday. I appreciate Sister LaDosha for inviting me to be on the panel. You know what I'm saying, man? So I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate being on the panel with all those different specialists that was on the panel on yesterday, man. I appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in to Kofi Piesie TV and Kofi Piesie research team like page on Facebook, because we broadcasting from both platforms, man. We appreciate y'all. And before I leave, I can't leave without saying this, without doing this. If you ain't got volume 1, I don't know what you're doing, man. I don't know what y'all doing. Hold on, let me turn this light off. But you need to go get this. You need to go get Spirits of the Mossi, Historical Survey in the Minds of African Warrior Scholars, Volume 1. You need to go get this. It is also in the Gay and Journal Skills Academy that is in Gambia. It is in the Wright Library, which is named after LaDosha Wright. LaDosha Wright has her own library in the Gay and Journal Skills Academy. There are 3 schools in the Gay and Journal Skills Academy in West Africa. And if you don't have this book, you need to go get this book.
I like how you whipped that out.
So you need to go get this book. This is From Spears to Pen, a historical survey in the minds of African warrior scholars, Volume 2, by Kofi Piesie Research Team. Both are by Kofi Piesie Research Team. You need to go. This book should be in Africa. LaDosha, what day they supposed to be? The book supposed to land. I talked to Fatu, I inboxed Fatu yesterday, and no, Saturday, and she said she was gonna have to look Monday, and she was gonna let me know. And I know you explained to me how they mail go, but what was the determinative date on it's supposed to be landing in Africa? But this book will be in Africa. Let me know. Just text me, Sister LaDosha, and let me know when the book's supposed to arrive. There has been over a week, so it might be this week sometime. But this book here will be in the library as well. This will be in the library as well. This book had a whole thing of a writing essay. It had a whole event around this book. They're gonna make it. They're gonna do it the same thing, but it's gonna be even bigger with this book. You know, so this book helps people to win money and bring money to the school. This one is gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be in West Africa as well. It's on its way, if not already done made it there. Also, if you ain't got Shawn's book, you know, which is a part of Kofi Piesie Research Team and Mossi Warrior Clan imprint as well, please go get it. It's called One Night Before Bed, written by Herit Shawn Khalfani, who is also a member of Kofi Piesie Research Team and the Mossi Warrior Clan. So please go get that if you ain't got that. If you ain't got Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland and African Education and Music and Instruments by myself, which is up under the Kofi Piesie Research Team and Mossi Warrior Clan imprint, you need to go get it today as well. So we have 4 publications out right now. So please go support all 4 publications. I guarantee we won't let you down with either other publications. We have a big announcement, so y'all be on the lookout for that on October 30th We calling that day Double Impact. Y'all understand why we calling October the 30th Double Impact Day. So be on the lookout for October the 30th. There will be a big announcement, and there will be a double impact on October. I guarantee you a double impact on October the 30th. And also be looking around for November. We'll be throwing a date out there pretty soon. Volume 3 is on its way. Volume 3 is on its way. Spiritual, what is it? Spiritual comeback. Am I right, y'all? Is it spiritual?
Yeah, spiritual combat is going down, man.
Spiritual comeback, not spiritual. Spiritual. You know, we're gonna always have that spirit in there. It's gonna always be there. Every volume will have the spirit in it. So it is spiritual comeback. So it's
You sure said that name right, Kofi. Look, you ain't butchered that name, did you?
Yeah, so I'll be on the lookout for them, man. Again, man, we appreciate y'all, man. I want to say ETM Hotel. I said it's not ETM Hotel. I said ETM Hotel in the beginning of the show. That means bring forth peace. Now I want to say Shimim Hotel. Shimim Hotels means to depart in peace. I also want to say Madupe, you know, which means thank you. We thank you for tuning in, because again, y'all could have been doing anything else with y'all time, but y'all tune in to listen to what we had to say. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all time is valuable, just like our time is valuable. So we definitely appreciate it. And that's the name Shawn just put in there. And we'll be making an announcement on the date for Spiritual Comeback, which will be in November. But we have 2 surprises behind that book. We have something else that's coming out when that book come out, and then we have something else coming out when that book come out as well. So y'all be on the lookout. Man, we working. But again, man, I just want to say, man, Shimim Hotel, man, peace and Black African power, man. We'll see y'all next week. We'll be coming on twice next Sunday. Next Sunday we'll be interviewing Benjamin Njie, aka Black Panther, and Unc West. We'll be interviewing both of them at the same time. Y'all do not want to miss that. So we'll be interviewing them at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be interviewing them for an hour from 4 to 5. And then we're going to come back on at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be doing Chapter 2 and the Destruction of Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. So y'all check both of those shows out. Y'all don't want to miss now on one of those shows. Those both gonna be 2 shows, man. Again, we greatly appreciate y'all, man. We sign out. We'll see y'all, man, next time. Peace, peace, peace. Black